Yo, what's good? You dub back here again in 2020. Let's get it. I'm laughing because, man, oh man, is this going to be the unpopular, completely unvarnished, UW specific take on the matter? Now, one of the biggest fights in modern history took place last Saturday night. The reason this video is going up now serves three purposes. One, a brother has been busy with work. It probably wouldn't be going up today if my schedule had maintained consistent. But I've been putting in hours. Y'all know how this goes, so y'all know how it gets down. Secondly, I love giving things time to marinate and to hear other people's perspectives so I can give the whole scope and refute, debunk, and just beat the hell foolishness that is said out of a bunch of talking heads, including analysts, right? And including some of the people who should know better and still don't. And number three, to know that I have no agendas. Now, let's do an all transparency. We're talking about the fight between good old the Gypsy King Tyson Fury versus the Bronze Bomber Deontay Wilder. Two people who are positioning themselves for all-time greatest situations. Guess what? Tyson Fury just got on my radar trying to put himself in the position of the GOAT. I had already said that Deontay Wilder, for the longest time, has been the only active, because Floyd Money Mayweather Jr., who I have ranked number 2 all time in boxing history, is no longer active. He's pretty much retired. Can he come out of retirement? Yes. But for now, he's retired. All right? Semi-retired. Let's go with that. Deontay Wilder was in position to go for a plethora of reasons that I could break down and address if y'all so desire. I probably need to do a breakdown of his fighting style because it's highly misunderstood and he's highly more capable than when people give him credit for. Modern Martial Artist did a phenomenal video, I believe like a year or so ago. Phenomenal channel. Check him out. David Christian on that channel. Clap it up. I go to him for a lot of breakdown on various fighters, both historically and currently. But Tyson Fury, I mean, come on, Vladimir Klitschko, one of the greatest. You know, I don't have him top 10, but he's definitely one of the greatest heavyweights of all time, without a question, one of the most dominant forces in boxing history. And Deontay Wilder, arguably the hardest puncher of all time. What more can be said? And somebody brought it up, I think, not Bleacher Report, BT something or another. Anyway, brought up the fact that, he ended 2 historic runs, 2 historic title defense runs. This dude's highly skilled, but it wasn't his skill that won this fight. Now, going in all transparency, Deontay Wilder, the good old Bronze Bomber, I had him winning this fight. But, just like I always do, ladies and gentlemen, it's always on the contingency that things go according to plan. If there's one thing you need to know about fighting, one thing if you're a fan of anime, manga, comics, cartoons, movies, like I am, y'all know adaptation. Anytime, I mean, in sports, it's a little bit harder. It's a little bit harder to adapt. You need to be adaptable, but to change your game plan entirely. In a fight, yes, you can. Yes, you can do it, absolutely. Floyd Money Mayweather Jr. did against the notorious Conor McGregor. In fact, he did it like 5 times. Conor McGregor talked about it, and McGregor's like, Floyd, he's special, man. He was able to adjust his game plan. McGregor's done it. Muhammad Ali legendarily did it. I can mention time and time again different fighters. Khabib was able to do that. That's how you got McGregor out of there. Nate Diaz did it. That's how you got McGregor out of there. All right. You have to be adaptable, but it's easier to do it in fighting than other areas of life, right? So Tyson Fury did what no one expected, including Deontay Wilder. Some could have said, "Oh, this is what needs to be done." But to fully execute it took a special talent. And Tyson Fury happens to have those special attributes. Talent? I'm never going to say Tyson Fury is one of the most talented boxers of all time. But he has special attributes, as does Deontay Wilder, which makes this a beautiful matchup of 2 bigs. Now, for those of you who want to throw shade on Deontay Wilder, How many legends fought a 270-pound fighter? He was 270 plus. He weighed in at 273. Wilder was giving up 40 pounds. Do you understand that's 3-4 weight classes? I understand that this is the heavyweight, but understand that that is 3-4 weight classes. Muhammad Ali never fought anybody that big. Big George Foreman never fought anybody that big. Real deal Evander Holyfield never fought anybody that big. Iron Mike Tyson never did. The list goes on and on. Lennox Lewis was a big one. Butterbean never fought for world championships. Don't hate on Wilder because he was beaten down, and I'll get to that, by a bigger man. Yes, you can have all the punching power in the world. This is like Strawhead Monkey D. Luffy going up against Kaido. It's not a surprise if Kaido at his size can beat Luffy or Big Man Charlotte Langley if you know One Piece. It's not a shade if Naruto and Sasuke were to lose to Uchiha Madara. What are we talking about right now? But anyways, that's what happens. When you were great, they expect great. And, haters gonna hate. When you great, haters gonna hate. That's just what they do. So, let's go into this. Tyson Fury did not outbox Deontay Wilder. In fact, he barely boxed. Seriously, he barely boxed. If anything, Wilder was boxing more than Fury. Because Fury figured out, people talked about the end of the 12th round of the first fight. Fury figured something out. Sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, but you gotta understand what boxing is. Hit and not be hit. That's the nature of boxing. Boxing is polish. But you can use boxing to fight. And at the end of the day, what do I always say? I never call it a boxing match. I call it a fight. I always say it's a fight. And it's not real. No, that's fucking real. Right? There are many ways to box. Why are there so many styles of boxing? Because at the end of the day, there's nearly an infinite amount of ways to fight. Even with just throwing these hands. Not even using the other appendages on your body. At the end of the day, a fight's a fight. Okay, so let's look at this as a fight instead of boxing. Like I've already established, Fury did not outbox Wilder. Not at all. I watched the fight on, I already knew that Fury won. And my bros let me know. I was chilling with a homie Sunday night. Saturday. I was chilling with a homie Saturday night, and we playing Madden 2K and whatnot. And then they hit me up, and another homie hit me up, homie Dalton. And so I went and watched it Sunday mornings for your YouTube. So I had pulled that up. And what I saw was not this beatdown at so many. It was not this overwhelming win. Tyson Fury did not. No, none of that. I've seen overwhelming beatdowns. Good old Julio Cesar Chavez versus Hector Macho Man Camacho. That was, Macho Man showed heart, but that's a beatdown. Go look at that legendary fight, right? What's my name? Muhammad Ali. Legend. I'll always love that. One of the greatest moments in quote-unquote sports history. I don't like talking combat sports. It's martial arts, but combat sports. What's my name? There are other fights you can say beatdowns, right? This was not one of them. What this was, and I'll get to that whole costume thing because that's actually something interesting. It's not an excuse. It's a very real thing on 4 levels. But anyways, so Tyson Fury comes in right out the gate, and many have talked about it. First of all, Teddy Atlas, I respect, holistically wrong. Max Kellerman, Joe Rogan, believe it or not, was one of the best I heard. Andy Parker, he was legit with his interview. Respect to him. I'm trying to think of the different shoot. I'm trying to think of the different folks who said there was a lot of foolishness that was said, including by present boxers. I disagree with Roy Jones Jr. I disagree with a lot of folks. And so here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. Tyson Fury out the gate pressured Deontay Wilder. Now, we knew that this was a flaw in Wilder's game because we've never seen him. Well, no one's ever tried to fight. They've all tried to outbox him. They've all tried to bomb away. Bomb squad, and they've let Deontay Wilder unload the heavy artillery. Tyson Fury's like, let me go ahead and get inside and infight. What he did is he turned this into a classic 1930s, 1940s, classic 30s, 40 boxing match, classic fight. Boxers used to do grappling all the damn time. Even Hands of Stone, Roberto Duran in the 80s used to, do grappling techniques all the damn time. Go watch any Sugar Ray Robinson fight in the 50s or so. Dude, they were grappling him versus Jake LaMotta. Half the fight was them grappling on the inside and Ray Robinson doing this. You feel me? That's long boxing history. Plus, not only was he grappling, not only was he pressuring, he used his hand speed, he does have quicker hand speed than Wilder does. Wilder doesn't have slow hand speed. It's just more explosive rather than just quickness. Tyson Fury utilized classic bare knuckle boxing. His bare knuckle boxing roots, given it, the kind of Irish nature to his game, British nature. So he used bare knuckle boxing tactics on that. And what you have the combination, I had rounds 1, 2, and 4, all 10-10 rounds. Round 6 was a 10-9 round in favor of Fury. Obviously, rounds 3 and 5, he had the knockdowns. So obviously they go to Fury. Now, many have noted, he was headlocking, he was weighing down. In fact, the referee deducted a point from Fury. There was a couple times people say he hit behind the head. I don't necessarily disagree with that. People say it was a cut. People thought it was a rupture of the ear. Wilder's equilibrium was thrown off. All right. But you also got to remember, he's getting hit by a 270-plus pound man who does have like 20 KOs on his resume. So it's not like he can't put anybody down. He's not a power puncher. But if you accumulate enough of them good solid blows with that, especially at that weight, oh yeah, you getting some people on out of there or hurting some men. And that's what the thing is. Wilder was hurt. We've seen Wilder rocked. We've never seen Wilder hurt. And that's the distinction people see. Wilder, the first 2 rounds, it was a boxing match. They were both going at it. Wilder, he needs to jab more. He was out jabbing Fury. But Fury's like, let me go ahead and lay my weight down and kill his legs. Is what he did. Kill his stamina and kill his legs. On accumulating not only the weight differential and his size, he's 6'9", 273. Let me keep reiterating that point. Deontay Wilder, in order to try to compensate, not give up 60 damn pounds, he put on weight, which also probably killed his legs because he's not used to fighting at 230. You understand what I'm saying? So you have all this going down, giving up the weight advantage, putting on extra weight, getting hit getting hurt for arguably the first time in his career, not just maybe the second time. He rarely gets hurt, and it's not just because of his power hands. It's because others don't pressure him and have the skill sets and attributes that Tyson Fury does. So, let's get to the towel throw. I don't know. I knew that the towel got thrown in the 7th. I was watching the fight later, and I don't necessarily agree with it. Don't necessarily disagree, but I don't necessarily agree with it. The problem I had with it, if you're going to throw in a towel, you should have thrown it in before round 7. If. You see, what he was, a lot of people, you saved his career. He's going to get out. What? This was looking like Joe Louis versus Big George Foreman when Foreman knocked down Frazier, Smoking Joe Frazier 6 times. That's what this looked like. Referee could have been stopped the fight if it was like that. I was just about to stop. Get your mess out of here, bro. I was just about to stop the fight. We don't believe you. Y'all could have been. People say it could have been stopped. He wasn't looking right. You could have been stopped the fight. But I'm not trying to hear that. Deontay Wilder firing his man for throwing the towel. I get it. He felt he could still go. He still believed in his right hand, which again never landed flush all night, so I don't blame him. We've seen him get raised to rescue time and time again. When everything's worked for you, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, is the old saying. And Deontay Wilder lives that. He's never been in that position, so I don't blame him for thinking like that. That's the heart of a champion. That's what you got to have. He said, I'm going to go out on my shield, which is, as many people have talked about it with Chael Sonnen. Chael wasn't half bad. He's another person that wasn't half bad in his commentary. But the thing is, Deontay Wilder's a warrior. He's a warrior. Tyson Fury's a warrior. They're fighters. This is what they do. And so the stoppage is questionable. Some can say, well, no, it's questionable. Fury wasn't going to knock him out. Maybe Tyson, he hit him and then Wilder can't get up. But Fury was not going to knock him out. Now, some can say he saved the title because we didn't want a dead body on the floor. Guess what? It wouldn't be because Fury beat him down. I know some of y'all hate Wilder. It would have been because of an accumulation of damage, which is different than taking somebody on out of there, because it would have been a delayed effect. Understand concussions and things of that nature before you come at me. Okay, do your research. Now, to the 40-pound costume. Again, where's the management? Where's somebody say, nah, fam, nah, that's a bad idea. You gotta have somebody, everybody's kiss ass, everybody's, yes man to Wilder. Somebody gotta say, nah, it's not a good idea. Secondly, whether it been 5 minutes, 20 minutes, I don't care. The walk to the ring, too long. Unnecessary wait before you go into the fight. Now all y'all are saying is nonsense. Oh, my backpack's 40 pounds. You're not carrying as a kid, you're not carrying if that's true, your backpack is 40 pounds. You're not carrying that all day, every day. Stop that. Fuck that noise. That is a lie. Y'all lying out here on these internet streets, all right? Not only you got people lying, we know a child weighs this. Listen, weight distribution. Second, the military, if you train for something every day, but Wilder wears a vest. There's a difference. Listen, I've worn weighted clothing. I've worn weighted stuff. There's a difference between that in one area and then on your whole body. It's a wholly different thing. That's why they wear weight. The people who train wear weights on the ankle or wear weights on wrist. Each body part's different and gets affected different. He said specifically his legs were shot. Now, someone, a commenter on one video made a phenomenal point. Adrenaline. For those of you who aren't too deep into athletics and who aren't deep into sports, have you ever been in a big game? I mean, a big district championship game, state finals, anything of high caliber. Not your normal game. This wasn't a normal fight. This was the big fight, the super fight, a mega fight, one of the all-time fights in boxing history. Wilder was adrenaline dumped to no end. You can come out flat as nails. When your adrenaline is shot too early, you want your adrenaline to be peaking at that point. But if you've been waiting and waiting, eventually your body's going to calm down. It's like a high, all right? It's like that buzz when you drink, when you smoke. Once that comes down, or that trip, psychedelic trip, you come down, you can crash. A sugar high. What happens after a sugar high? Bam! Wilder was primed too early. Now he comes into the ring. Some can say scared. It's nothing about scared. Not only is his adrenaline shot. This is an excuse. This is a real physiological thing. His adrenaline shot. He's been keying in on this for so long. Then Fury gives him a game plan he wasn't ready for. You can say, well, you're a professional. Listen, bro. I don't care who you are. Man to man. This is why fighting is so beautiful. Because it strips away everything. It strips away the mask. Have you ever sparred? Have you ever been fought? Have you ever played basketball, football, baseball? You name it, right? Have you ever encountered a situation where, or you walked into work and it's, as people say, a shit show. And you're not mentally prepped for that. Or you're not able to switch them gears. And you're facing immense amount of pressure. A lot of people freeze. And the thing is, Wilder froze at first because he was not anticipating this. And by the time he was starting to get his bearings, Fury was tying him up. He was pushing that weight down. So now Wilder is mentally trying to figure this thing out. He does what Floyd does, but Floyd's a fighting genius. All right? Very few fighters are on Floyd's level of adaptability. Wilder's never experienced this before. It's new to him. He was not coming in expecting a game plan. His corner, show enough, didn't help. His corner did not prep him for this possibility. Even though Wilder, you could say, well, Fury talked to him. The fight week, you go in expecting something. And then someone flips the entire script the week of the fight, the day of the fight. Wilder did not prep for this. Wilder's trying to figure this out. He's getting hurt, which he's not used to. His legs are now shot. And if his legs weren't shot early, they were sure enough shot by round 3. His equilibrium's thrown off. He's out here in survival mode. And you can tell he's in survival mode by the way he was trying to block the shots. Oh, Wilder wasn't fighting on the offensive. He wasn't getting beat down. He was worn out. Have you ever been fatigued at that level? I have. Have you ever been exhausted? He was facing serious fatigue. Now, this is nothing to strip away Fury. This is literally break down everything that was occurring in this fight. Fury made a game plan to win. It wasn't pretty. It was ugly. If this was a regular fight and not the heavyweight championship, if this was a regular fight, people would have hated this fight. They would have hated this fight. Let me tell y'all another thing. If this fight could have never happened at the lower weight classes. Why? Because you never get a weight, you could say discrimination, but a weight discrepancy. This is why there are weight classes. Because when you could say, Fury's, he's more polished. Are you going to argue he's more skilled? Maybe. All right, cool. But when you have two relatively equally skilled gentlemen, that's when the weight difference comes into play. Brock Lesnar versus Conor McGregor. Now, Conor McGregor, legit skills. Or Khabib Nurmagomedov, both legit skills. Brock Lesnar, equally as skilled, or in a relative ballpark, is going to get him on out of there. Now, the weight distribution is somewhere relative to what we had with Fury and Wilder. You can say, well, what was the difference in the first fight? He came in for... Listen, bro. Fury himself said he did a massive weight cut. He wasn't physically prepped to fight at that kind of level at his weight. He came in heavier. He trained heavier. There's a difference between cutting weight, gaining weight, and training to fight. I guarantee you Wilder did not train at 230. It's not as excuses. These are the realities of a situation. You can't just flip the switch. This isn't basketball. This isn't baseball. This isn't football. This is fighting. And in fighting, these little details matter. All the ones people want to ignore. Oh, what? Listen, all that mess that folks are saying, they weren't saying before the fight. Oh, he can't box. You can't be 42-0 with one draw and 41 KOs without know how to box, without know how to fight. That's just a lie. Oh, he has his one punch. That's bananas. That is loco en la cabeza. That's not how it works. That is not how this works. You can't have that much success and not be great at what you do. One of the greatest KO percentages, if not the greatest KO percentage of all time. Oh, he fought bumps. Listen, bro. 40 plus is still 40 plus. He's lost once. Most of the greats have lost. Muhammad Ali, L's. Tyson, L's. Lennox Lewis, L's. Foreman, L's. Some of the, and Wilder already won. He's like, listen, that's how you get 2-3-time champion. Floyd retired, undefeated. Rocky Marciano retired undefeated. Very few retire undefeated. Stop it. He lost one fight. One. Anthony Joshua lost a fight. And then he came back and became world champion. Can we please pump the brakes, ladies and gentlemen, and be fair? Unexpected one to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me your thoughts. I didn't know how long this video was going to go. I had a hell of a lot to say. And I can speak more on this. And if you disagree with anything, please do comment. If you agree with what I said, please comment. If there's anything else you notice or anything you want me to talk about this fight or other fights, for example, my thoughts on the various fights with Canelo Alvarez and Triple G, other fights I may have witnessed and whatnot. My thoughts on if I didn't talk about you know Conor McGregor versus Cowboy Cerrone, I could talk about that. Anything you want to see, just let me know. All right, y'all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night. Peace. And don't listen to people hating on and bringing down champions. I won't I may have my critiques on Anthony Joshua. I still say Ruiz, even though poor showing. Wilder and Fear all fighters. Anthony Joshua, I don't consider a real fighter, but Anthony Joshua, I do respect that he's a champion, and I will never disrespect champions because it's too difficult to do. And he also beat Vladimir Klitschko, so there's that. And plus, he did get redemption on Andy Ruiz. There is that as well.